So my name's MJ and I have HSV2, which means I have genital herpes. And when I admit that online, a lot of people are like, something should just be kept to yourself. Aren't you embarrassed? What would your family think? Well, first of all, my family's not surprised by anything I do. But the reason why I do videos on having HSV is simply because a lot of people, when they get their diagnosis, including myself, really feel that their life might be over, especially their dating life. I'm in support groups, and a lot of people, when they receive their diagnosis, will get deeply depressed over it. I like to share my story just to give people hope. A lot of times when I share my story, because honestly, it is pretty laid back, people are like, oh, you're trying to like glorify STDs and blah, blah, blah. No, actually, the opposite. It's been shown that raising awareness about things like HSV2 actually lowers stigma. Once people have like more knowledge, more awareness of it, they protect themselves more. 13.2% of the population has HSV2, and less than 20 of those people actually know that they have it. That's because most people are asymptomatic, just like I was. The problem is, when you're asymptomatic, you can still shed the virus and transmit it. So here's my story about getting diagnosed with HSV2. I had my first outbreak when I started testosterone, and I knew that I didn't just contract it because I had been celibate for about, I think, 2 to 3 years or something. However, they think that the hormonal shift and like going on testosterone is what led me to have a breakout, and thank God that it did. I had no idea at all that I had it. When I first got diagnosed, I felt really defeated because, I was starting my transition. I'm a trans man. Like, it's already hard enough to date. I thought like having HSV2, okay, yeah, that's just gonna add to it. You know what I mean? And I don't know what came over me. I was just very impulsive. I tend to not like when other people have power over me. So I think that's where it came from. I went online and I literally made an announcement on my personal Facebook. I made an announcement saying, hey, I have genital herpes. And I just wrote a very like well constructed post about it. I was honest. And the reception was like really good. And these weren't strangers. These were people that I grew up with, that I knew my whole life. And the reception was really pretty positive. So I ended up going back and I told anybody that I could have possibly been with, throughout that time period. I like to really stress this when I do these videos. When I say this, a lot of people will say, well, you had no choice. It's a legal issue. You had to. No, I didn't have to. And that is so important for you to know, because you don't understand how many people have absolutely no conscience and they don't give a shit if they transmit it to you. The only person you can rely on to look out for the safety of your own body is you. But obviously, being a good person, I was gonna go back and tell anyone just in case. I was really scared about this, okay? Because, back before I transitioned, I didn't always date, like, very well-to-do people. Like, most of my partners had been in and out of jail and stuff. And now I transitioned to a dude and I'm coming back saying, hey, I got genital herpes. Oh my God, I was so scared. And everybody took it well. I cannot believe it, but everybody took it well. Not only did they take it well, but I had several people come back to me and be like, oh, hey, I just wanted to let you know I went and got tested. I'm fine. And I was just like, I just did not expect that. Then moving on to dating life. Anytime like I was on an online dating site or anything like that, I would always write right there, I am HSV2 positive. I had it in my Instagram bio because I just wanted it out there. I wanted people to know. Of course, I would still like tell them, when I started talking to them and stuff, just in case they didn't like see it or something. But it made it a lot less awkward because usually they'd be like, yeah, I know, I obviously saw that on your page. I was amazed at how like just laid back and not like aghast that like everybody was. I had like maybe two people who stopped talking to me over that entire time period, which was a long time. I generally found that people just appreciated the honesty and it wasn't a huge deal. I've been married now for 5 years. I've been with my husband longer than that, so I just like people to know, like, if there's hope for me, you got to understand this, okay? If there is hope for me, okay, an overweight trans man with missing teeth, bad tattoos, bald, okay, that has genital herpes, there's hope for you. You're gonna be fine.